Hello everyone, and welcome to race number 2 of 16 here in the Crown Royal Truck Series. Here we are, 36 drivers are going to be running here at Las Vegas for this race, the Ace of Spades 300, as they have come on to sponsor both races. But here we are today. Blake Maurice is on the pole, and of course you remember him from last season when he got the encumbered win here. However, he will be starting on pole, hopefully not get this one encumbered, maybe even go win. Alongside him, was Ryan Butcher in that number 01. Behind them, Sebastian Kukulon, and I believe that is Diego Yepes, and then Johnny Zod, who got in Peter Onjak, of course, last season, and alongside Jacob Edson, Brady Burkhart, Matthew Eves, and Derek Hamill, Kalen Nosler, your top 10. So a great race on hand, a full crowd, packed house here for the second race on the Truck Series schedule. Who will take the win? Of course, last week Paul Jackson won, and Paul Jackson is in his final start in the Truck Series as he is only making, I believe, 2 starts this season at Daytona and Las Vegas. Can Paul go 2 for 2? 36 trucks last week, only 27 this week, and as we're going to get ready for the commands to fire the engines, we're going to say thank you guys for tuning in. Season 3 already underway, and at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, anything can happen.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the 27 trucks roll to life here, and you'll see the starting grid roll down as these guys roll off pit road for their one pace lap. That is actually Paul Jackson in 4th. I thought that was Diego Yepes. Yepes starts pretty far back. But only 27 trucks showing up here. There's only about 24 of them actually making the entire season, only 21 competing for the championship. But drivers to watch out for definitely will be that number 11 of Blake Maurice. Blake in the PS4 11, the same paint scheme he ran this race last season with and won. However, the encumbered win set him back. The 11 team's going to try to fight this season to do it. And also, Johnny Zod is another truck to watch out for. Last season in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, he was actually pretty high up. He was running a top 10 run. He looked like he could be a championship contender until he just drove it right into the side of Season 1 champion Peter Onjak. Took Peter out, took Johnny out, and pretty much ruined the rest of the season and became one of the harshest drivers, the scariest drivers to run around because he always ends up wrecking. A little further back there is Anderson Reed. He got his chance in the 23 truck, one of 2 drivers to start. One of his 2 starts, his other will be in the number 4 for Jones Racing Inc. He will be taking it down pit road, so the Daytona upset winner will not make it today. Into the restart zone, 41 laps. Green flag is out at Las Vegas. Great jump by Kukulon, very poor jump by Johnny Zod. Blake Maurice out into the race lead. It's a 41 lap event, so the same length that it was last season in Mountain Dew Custom Series, but of course this season the trucks have pit stops. The fuel tanks are lowered so they cannot make the entire race without pitting at least once. Tires will be important. Pit stops will be important. Fuel strategy could come into play if there is a late race caution. Who's going to do it? Paul Jackson pulls up into 2nd, but Blake Maurice coming off of turn number 4, 26 truck pack. They are leading here at Las Vegas. Anderson Reed's going to bring that 23 back out. Anderson, that's sad for him, but at least he is going to make some laps around here. He drove yesterday in the Onjado 46, ended up finishing all right, but he will be shuffled all the way back to the back of the pack. Hopefully that'll keep him out of trouble. There's Johnny Zod. He has Brady Burkhart pushing him. Zod's going to get the push right to the race lead, and with the trucks, they have a bit of a package here. This is the first time we're trying the package out, and it looks like it will be 3x3. Looks like it'll be another super speedway type event like we saw last season and of course yesterday until the caution hit, or until the crash kind of shuffled them up. 2 and 3 wide here at Las Vegas. Further back, Paul Jackson up into 2nd as Johnny Zod leads. Colton Yo further back in that 28 truck. He drove last week at Daytona. He's stuck 3 wide. And that is very dangerous position for him to be in. Of course, yesterday he got into an incident with the AJR number 06 and the Powerade Power Sport number 09. Colton Yo now down single file. You see the front of the pack starting to go a little spread out, but these guys 3x3. Matty Porta might have got up into that 28. Let's go back up front to the battle. Now Paul Jackson all over the inside of Johnny Zod. Down the back straightaway, Paul is looking for a move. That 77 truck He won last week at Daytona. He's looking for it again for the race lead. And Peter Onjak back there in 4th. Can he do something here to win this Carter Friesen, bringing that 91 up in the 5th position? There's Carson Bowers, Matty Porta, Aiden Burkhart, Brady Burkhart, all still in this. Jake Galloway is in the 30 truck once again. He did not crash it last week, so they were able to bring this truck to Las Vegas. Now he's hoping that he will be able to do something with it today. Trey Wright, he started last in both races this season at Daytona and Las Vegas. So right now this 88 truck is having a bit of an issue coming up from the back, but he is moving up nonetheless. He will only make one more start this season. That will be, I believe, at Watkins Glen. Back up front it is. Blake Maurice back out in front. 2x2 behind. Peter Onjak now bringing it up. And here's Carson Bowers. So the two defending champions, Onjak and Bowers, up in 2nd and 3rd. Peter all over the back of Blake Maurice. And it looks like a little two-car tandem up front could really do it. The trucks, the way they are set up is they can pretty much run this track wide open. And that's what you see most of them doing. But the wide open means that it is like a plate track. And that draft is the big key here. As you see, we went up through the field. So really, it's where can you be? You got to be on that inside line. You got to have that draft. And that's how you'll get up there. Flyby. Coming off of the corner, all 27 trucks up to speed here at Las Vegas. Down the back straightaway, Matty Porta up into 4th. A great run today for the Jones Racing Inc. 20 truck. Yesterday, Jake Galloway, Gatlin Downey both scored some top 10 finishes for the team. And right now, Porta looking for that. Blake Maurice now attacked by Peter Onjak. The pit stops will be what will throw this track, what will throw this race into something different from Las Vegas, as 14 of the 16 races we will have pit stops. The only two not being with pit stops are Daytona and Talladega, as we want the pack racing to be as close together as possible, because, you know, it's Talladega. Right now, Peter Onjak down to the inside on Blake Maurice. Down the front straight, it will be Peter Onjak, and he leads a lap here at Las Vegas. You see the pack's going to now get 2x2 once again. So hopefully pit stops. The pit window here, 30 laps. So right now a caution comes out and everyone comes down pit road. About now they'd be good to the end. Blake Maurice out in front. Carson Bowers 2nd. Onjak 3rd. Porta in 4th. Braden Morris all over the back bumper of him. And look at Trey Wright in that 88 truck. For Hype Monkey Racing, the final season for Hype Monkey Racing as of now. That 88 team has started last both races. Now he is up into the 7th position. Run very well for the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet here. Paul Jackson diving back to the inside. He has to fight this like Daytona, but it looks like a bit of a spread out situation further up. You see Blake Maurice trying to pull away from Carson Bowers. Peter Onjak, that is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We will go ahead and step away for a quick commercial break here at Las Vegas, and we will bring you back to the action here shortly for the Ace of Spades 300.
Drivers, start your engines!
Back live here at Las Vegas, and as you see a different truck in that front battle, Johnny Zod has moved around Peter Onjak for the 3rd position. Now he's going to help Carson Bowers try to get that race lead away from Blake Maurice. That he will. Bowers right into the race lead. Johnny Zod trying to follow. Maurice using the outside line. Blake is going to fight back. It looks like Vegas is his track. He's been very fast all weekend long, and of course last season as well. Zod up the track. That's going to move him up. Peter Onjak now jumps to the inside. 4-truck battle out in front. The rest of the trucks behind them a little bit more spread out. Matty Porta, Trey Wright, and Jacob Edson in there, as well as Sebastian Kukulon. And then Morris and Jackson, your top 10. And that kind of ends the single file, kind of more spread out racing. And then there is the pack racing back there. So as soon as you can get out of the pack, that basically means you'll be good and you can run some laps. As you see there, Anderson Reed in that 23 truck, he is a lap down, but he's kind of been moving up around through the pack in an underfunded car. Or underfunded truck, excuse me. This 23 team doing very well today at Las Vegas, at least in speed-wise. Right now, Blake Maurice out in front. Johnny Zod sits in that 2nd position. And Zod now going to make the move. Almost gets into Maurice, and it looks like he might have got a piece of that rear quarter panel. But Zod moves to the inside on Blake. These were the two stories coming out of Las Vegas. Blake Maurice's win after he did not make Daytona, and Johnny Zod pushing Peter Onjak out of the way for a spot and really roughing him up. Matty Porta in the 20 truck. Look at the Italian. He is up there and battling for that third position. But Johnny Zod, he's going to get up there and he's going to lead his first lap of the CRTS for him. Look at Sebastian Kukulon further back in the Red Bull 12. Carson Bowers drops back on that outside line. Maurice hangs strong. Kukulon's going to clear into the fourth position. And look at Jacob Edson in that GoDaddy number 10 down the back straightaway. He's trying it. You see all 27 trucks kind of starting to spread out now. So this race could be actually getting into actual passing and pit stops. Pit strategy will be the big key here. This will be the first race these guys will have had to pit. And in practice, you don't have a lot of time to practice. They had almost about an hour, and you saw a lot of teams going down. They had their pit crews out on the wall, and they were trying to practice with their crews, getting these pit stops, getting the strategy, see what was going on. So we'll see how that will play into the first race of the Crown Royal Truck Series that will have pit stops. Carson Bowers, 3 wide to the inside of Kukulon. Huge move by that 25 team. The 20 of Porta around on the outside, and they shuffle on back. Maurice is back into the 6th position. Peter Onjak, 8th. All these trucks that were up front now starting to fade away. There's Paul Jackson drop into the back. Jay Jefferson as well struggling. Blake Maurice having a slow day. Diego Yepes. Let's just talk about Diego real quick. The 8 team has been struggling since the move to trucks for Monster Motorsports. One of the slowest in Daytona practice. Right now, one of the furthest back trucks here. Will their pit strategy be able to help them? Diego has said these Ford trucks, these Ford F-150s, are not to his liking. He does not like these. He likes the ARCA cars a lot better. So right now, Diego fighting in the back. You see Zachary DeLello as well back there. Paul Jackson's fallen pretty far off. Jacob Edson from Monster Motorsports is up front. But Diego saying the car just is not to his liking, and he thinks that this will be a long season before he gets his first career win. Alexander Rowe in that 00. Let's talk about him as well. He drives the 00 in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, but yesterday he did not make it to the start. A blown, I believe it was, transmission problem on the 00 car forced him from the start of the race, and he was not able to make it back and race. So right now he is back in the 26th position, struggling pretty hard, and what we missed up front is big. Jacob Edson makes the move. Look at that pack now. These guys know pit stops within 9 to 10 laps from now, as we have just crossed halfway. These guys are now back into a pack. Jacob Edson, Bowers, Maurice, Colton Yo, Peter Onjak, Porta, Zod, Kukulon, Aiden Burkhart, Derek Hamill, Trey Wright, Carter Friesen all in that, but Blake Maurice pushing Jacob Edson. The 2 Las Vegas winners from the Mountain Dew Custom Series, Season 1 and Season 2, are now out in front here at Las Vegas. Morris gets up into Peter Onjak a little bit, but Morris into 4th. Look at Colton Yo up in 3rd in that 28 truck, and now the pack is right back together. The tires are starting to wear on these guys, and that's going to make it big. Trey Wright in that 88, he's forcing it 3 wide with 3 Chevys. 2 Hype Monkey trucks, Jones Racing Inc., the 2 top Chevy teams in the NSDCA. Right now, Edson has Maurice behind him, and now Blake's going to make the move. Blake's been the fastest truck all race long, and right now he is back up front battling, and now his teammate, or at least his alliance partner, Brandon Morris, owner of Burkhart Morris Racing, could get up here and help him, but no, he's going to get pushed to the inside with Carson Bowers. Down to that inside, he lets Blake back in, so now the Toyota Power going to try to gang up on the 2 Fords, and of course the 1 lone Dodge. Derek Hamill for PNC Hamill Racing, the 71 team. They have been the most struggling team in the NSDCA ever since Season 1. No wins on that team is what has really put them down in a dump, and right now PNC Bank is ready to kick Hamill out of the ownership position and take PNC Hamill Racing, make it its own team, which could be big in the series if this happens. But right now, Hamill is doing everything he can. Nathan Stapleton a little further back in the Wix Filter 70. You see him in that yellow and black car, pretty far about mid to back of the pack. He is Hamill's teammate. Right now, Blake Maurice leads. Jacob Edson 2nd. Colton Yo 3rd. Johnny Zod moves to 4th. Brandon Morris 5th. Further back, look at Brady Burkhart, Blake's owner on that inside. He's fighting back to the front. Ryan Butcher He started on pole. He started on the outside pole, I should say. He's about 15th or 16th. Top 4 are pulling away, so a lot of drivers here. It is pretty much running like a super speedway, but Blake Maurice has launched away. And can Blake, he just needs the pit strategy to go in his favor. If he gets a big enough lead, he could win this race. He has the speed for it. Colton Yeo up into second in that 28 truck. Great job for this team in the Dodge Ram for Texas Star Racing. He is up in second. Johnny Zod into third in the Grader's Ice Cream 72 for Hype Monkey Racing. This could be one of his last seasons running full-time in the NSDCA. Jacob Edson fourth, Trey Wright fifth, then Hamill, Morris, Kukulon, Brady Burkhart, and Carter Friesen, your top 10. Friesen fighting Ryan Butcher. You see Peter Onjak, Carson Bowers, Matty Porta have all dropped 11th, 12th, 13th. They're out of the top 5 now after they were this most race. Patrick Smith got into the back of Paul Jackson. Jackson is now back there with DeLello and Yepes. So the only Monster Motorsport car, as you know, the 57 is the Alliance partner. The only Monster Motorsport car is Jacob Edson up in second, and that's only because Edson won earlier in his career here. However, it was Diego's race that he pretty much stole from him. Johnny Zod in third. Trey Wright in his first start on a speedway. Into the side of Zod. He muscles his way past Johnny Zod. What a move by that 88 truck. He muscles the guy that muscled Peter Onjak out of a spot last year. And now Trey Wright moves himself into the third position. Can he go on and win this race? And it looks like Blake Maurice is going to pit. Trucks go high. Maurice is in. Zod is going to come in, and now pit stops are underway here at Las Vegas. Maurice and Zod are going to lead him down. Zod's going to come on in. We'll take a look at Blake Maurice's pit stop here, and we'll see the rest of the field shake off down pit road. So right now, Blake Maurice is going to come on down to his pit stall in that number 11. Don't worry about the pit boxes. We'll get those fixed soon enough. But Blake Maurice there, you see these guys coming down the back straightaway. So it takes a pretty long time to get around. Get down that pit road. Jacob Edson's coming on in, so it's going to be Trey Wright. He will lead his first ever laps. And now you see they'll come across the line there. We'll take the ticker off. There's Trey Wright. Sebastian Kukulon staying out. Morris staying out. Blake has a bit of a slow stop, but he is coming on out. Johnny Zod's coming on out with him. There is the pack of trucks. Edson, Yo, Hamill, Burkhart, Friesen, Porta, Onjak, Bowers, Galloway, Stapleton, Smith, all down pit road. Trey Wright leads here at Las Vegas. Kukulon in second. This is going to be the fuel strategy race a lot of people were hoping for this season. Try to get some fighting here and make it harder to win these races. And it looks like the 23 goes in. Kalen Nosler. Nosler is going to skip the entire pit road. And that is going to be a penalty on the 17 truck. Kalen Nosler misses pit entry and drives right past everyone. So that's going to be something big. There is the race off of pit road. Nosler is going to be called to the haulers after this race. There's Jacob Edson. There is Blake Maurice. Edson is going to jump Maurice on pit road. Not by far. No, he won't. Maurice back to the outside. Johnny Zod's in the mix. And now here is the battle. Everyone else coming off of pit road. Fuel only, 4 tires. What do you want to do here at Las Vegas? Now it is Blake Maurice. Johnny Zod is right on his back bumper. This is the race right here. He has to clear all of these trucks to get back out onto the race lead. I believe Trey Wright is the leader at this point. Yes, he is. Maurice clears him. It's going to be a battle. Maurice and Zod for this race lead. Trey Wright third. Edson is going to try to clear him. So Edson now third. Trey Wright fourth. Kukulon fifth. Colton Yo sixth. Morris seventh. Brady Burkhart eighth. Matty Porter ninth. Paul Jackson up to 10th. And the pit strategy works out for a lot of drivers. Ryan Butcher loses it. Kalen Nosler, you saw there, he missed pit entry. And that means he was held on pit road in that 17 truck. So that will be Nosler's race pretty much over. He has gotten his penalty, so no further penalty will be issued. But here we are. It's going to be 9 laps to go at Las Vegas. Will Nosler be the lap truck in the mix? Probably not. But it's Maurice versus Zod. One driver who needs redemption and one driver who needs people to actually give a shit about him. The 72 car. The 72 car, of course, the 71 from last season was the battle for the race lead. Let's go on board with the 72 truck. A huge run to the inside of Maurice, on board with Johnny Zod as he's making a move that could win him the race. Huge move there. Maurice has used the outside line a bit. But here we go through the corner. Maurice on the outside. Jacob Edson's trying to get in the mix. Trey Wright back there in fourth. You see the rest of the field way too far behind to matter. Blake Maurice holds on over Johnny Zod. Edson and Trey Wright are trying to get in the battle. If they get in the battle, even Kalen Nosler could be the issue. Here they go. Zod's going to have so much momentum down to that inside by Kalen Nosler. Jacob Edson. Can he go and be the first driver to win in both series? Win a race in both series. Trey Wright drops back. Blake Maurice gets shuffled 3 back to 3rd. Johnny Zod for Hype Monkey Racing. Tried to do the power move. Get out of his own team drive for a top team. And that's what he's doing. Jacob Edson. Can Edson spoil the party and put Monster Motorsports 2 for 2 this season? Blake Maurice and Aiden Burkhart did it for the first 3 races in the MDCS last season. Can Monster Motorsports do it? Kalen Nosler, he wants his lap back for some reason, and now that's getting in the way of the battle for the race lead. Edson, he has to try everything. Maurice now down to the inside. What a camera angle. That's the battle further back for the rest of the spots. They are 4 seconds back. Jacob Edson driving it hard to the inside. He clears the 72 truck of Zod. And now here we come around. It's going to be 5 to go here at Las Vegas. And now Edson has the monster lead. Blake Maurice is maybe the only truck that can really catch him, pass him, and hold him off. Blake's on that inside. But Kalen Nosler. Nosler is just pushing the 72 truck around. Nosler's already hated in this series. Does he want to be hated even more for that pit stop entry that really cost him everything? And that's why he is in this position, because he got held up on pit road for that penalty. Johnny Zod out in front, Maurice second, or Maurice third, and Wright fourth as Jacob Edson leads 4 laps to go at Las Vegas. Monster Motorsports. They started on the pole yesterday with Marcus Yepes. Marcus, of course, did not win that race. It was DJ Gibson for Zachary Racing. Edson won this race in the Season 1 of the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Paul Jackson won last week for Monster Motorsports. He's trying. Hype Monkey has not gone to victory lane since Justin Knight back in Season 1 of the MDCS at Lime Rock. Blake Maurice pushes through. Trey Wright is there as well. 2 Chevys fight a Toyota and a Ford and a lap car. And now Trey Wright, can he win this race? No, he just slows up Nosler, and maybe that's for the best. Now the top 3, the fastest trucks all race long, will have the clean air to settle it for the final 2 laps coming up this time by. 3 trucks, 2 of them have gone to victory lane here. 1 is infamous for a incident here. Coming to 2 to go. Edson looks to the inside of Maurice. He's going to hold Maurice up. These guys might fight too much in the behind Johnny Zod that they won't be able to win it. You see, Edson really slows up Maurice, costs him everything, and now Edson has to reel back in Johnny Zod. 1 lap to go next time by. You see that second pack of trucks trying to catch back up. Doesn't really matter. Coming around, Jacob Edson, he's going to have the momentum. Coming to the white flag here at Las Vegas. Will he be able to hold on? Edson to the inside of Zod. White flag here at Vegas. Jacob Edson, he has been fighting ever since Season 1 to get out of his shadow. He leads. Coming out, Johnny Zod slow. He drops all the way to the 4th position. Can Blake Maurice catch and pass this 10th car? Into turn number 3. Edson has not gone to victory lane in over 22 races. And now Blake Maurice, he has the momentum. Can he do it? Off of the corner, looks to the inside. Drag race to the line. Jacob Edson wins at Las Vegas. And it is Jacob Edson for Monster Motorsports. They go 2 for 2, and he wins his 2nd race at Las Vegas. Blake Maurice, he comes up just short, and you gotta know he might be upset with Jacob for holding him back. And of course, Johnny Zod for just being in the mix. But Trey Wright comes home 3rd, a career high for him, and Johnny Zod 4th, with Brady Burkhart, the fan favorite, back in 5th. But Jacob Edson, a great finish there, right to the end. Maurice had a huge run. 1 more lap, he might have got it. but it was just too late. Jacob Edson takes home the victory here at Las Vegas. A great run for Monster Motorsports, and that puts them 2 for 2 on the season. And Blake Maurice now in the championship hunt. Thank you guys so much for watching the 41-lap event here at Las Vegas. It comes down to a thrilling finish, side by side to the line, and a great race nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching the NSDCA Crown Royal Truck Series at Las Vegas. We will see you guys next week.